Let us now understand the basics about price equilibrium. That's something which you can see around happening every day with you. Like you can see the vegetable sellers, when the seasons come, you would find that the supply of the vegetable is very high, the prices fall. But then there are off-season vegetables, you will find that the prices go high. How this equilibrium is achieved and how the demand factor changes, because a lot of people would not buy those off-season vegetables because they're expensive, because they don't like the taste during that time, whatever reason, you will find that the prices would have a different reflection while in the condition where there's a season. So let us understand this one diagram, and I think that explains a lot of things to you later on also. Here we have got price of commodity. This is the diagram I'm trying to explain to you, and this is the basic. If you understand, the remaining diagrams become very, very easy to understand. And here is the quantity of demand and supply. Quantity of demand and supply that you have got. It's if you look into that curve that we have got demand, that curve goes like that. But then you can understand when the price is very low, even if the demand is high, the supplier is not there, because supplier is interested in maximizing its profit. So that curve, as we have seen it separately, that curve goes like that. Here we have got a supply that we have got, like this was on the demand curve. And here one finds that there is some equilibrium happening. Where you find that even if there is a demand made here, demand is there, but the prices have fallen so much down, the supplier will not be interested in supplying in this zone. Here, when you have got the supplier is interested in supplying, but then you would find that the price is so high that there's nobody who's interested in buying them here. So this is how one finds that the equilibrium is there. But this equilibrium can also be affected by disequilibrium that we have got. Like for example, the buyer is willing to buy a certain quantity, but then if the price is not as per the wishes of the buyer, then in that case the buyer would run away. The supplier would like to maximize its profit and still send a particular quantity. It is not able to really do that because of the simple reason that prices are not favorable to it. So in such condition, supplier would be interested in supplying an X amount, buyer will be willing to buy an X amount, provided they get at a particular rate they wanted. So on that basis, as I'm giving example of the seasonal vegetable, you would find that this various disequilibrium curves that can be created, and they are rather, I would say, they are self-explanatory in nature. And then you find that ultimately they get to a situation where the supply and demand find a level where the supplier has been able to maximize his profit and buyer has to capitalize on the demand that it created at a particular level of price that it wanted to buy. So wherever they hit, they in an ideal condition will find their location, and this can possibly be moving a little bit like this, or this can be moving a little bit like this. So depending on whatever levels that they have got, this side or this side, they would find an equilibrium. This is not a fixed thing that they would have. At a given point in time, they can find an equilibrium. On a given day, they can find an equilibrium. But that's not a static equilibrium that keeps fluctuating. And there's so many more factors that are likely to play their respective role in this entire thing.